Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes or Less Ship Review, I have the F7C-S Hornet GHOST. Now this is one of many variants, but probably the variant you want to own. Let's get into it. Starting off with this review, I just want to let you know again, I do review my ship's stock, but with that, this Ghost, I will have to discuss some upgrades because without it, this ship is just not worth it. And the reason being is just because when I say upgrades, I mean weapons, I mean the amount of weapons, and I mean what weapons. Because currently, stock, this ship comes with two size 3 aUEC laser cannons, one on each wing, as you can see underneath, and that is it. There are no other weapons other than some missiles. You do have 4 size 2 missiles, they are the Ignite 2s, and then 4 size 1 missiles, the Marksman 1s. It's a very small package of weapons, but it is one of the, if not the stealthiest ship in the game currently, as in you can be a little over 2,500 meters away from somebody and be invisible, which is amazing, and I will say that is probably the number one reason why to pick up this ship. But also, you gotta ask, well, why would I get the most invisible ship in the game if I can't do anything with it? Well, you can, definitely. And this is why I will have to talk about upgrades. Because this ship will require you to upgrade it, and I mean dramatically. Keep the guns on the wings as size 3 if you want, that's fine. Just swap them out for something like laser repeaters, and that will definitely help boost the DPS on this ship. On the front here, you can have a weapons package mounted as well, either a size 3 weapon, or you can put a this turret platform on here that you can add 2 size 1 weapons, I believe, or they're 2 size 2 weapons. And then on the back, you do have a a turret ball that you can throw up there, getting rid of the top module on the ship. Putting a ball up there, you can have a pretty big size weapon, one of them, or you can have it turned into also a dual hardpoint area for more weapons. And that's what I'm talking about. You literally have to do that to make this ship viable. And the reason being is right now the DPS of this ship is just terrible. It's nothing compared to any other fighter out there, and this ship is very, how do I say, weak when it comes to shields and health pool. Now, don't get me wrong, I know everybody got on me for the Super Hornet review, which I'm going to re-review, but the reason why I call this ship weak in its stock position is because it's just got 2 laser cannons, it's got 2 size 1 shields. Those 2 size 1 shields are 1,500 each, so it's a bubble shield. So overall, 3,000 shield covering the whole diameter of this ship. When anywhere on that shield gets hit, the whole shield starts to go down. Outside of that, you do have 22,380 ship HP, which is great. That's higher than a lot of smaller fighters and stuff. But the problem being is, you know, just the overall damage output you're bringing if you're only doing stock. You're going to definitely upgrade this ship. There's not going to be anybody out there that owns a Hornet GHOST and has it stock. There's no way. And that's kind of where I'm reviewing this is, well, stock, right? But I will say right now, the Hornet series is broken when it comes to its maneuverability. It's extremely fast, which isn't really anything broken, but its maneuverability is. You can pretty much put this thing at any higher G-force than any ship in the game, which allows you to go in any direction very rapidly and without any hesitation, putting people in the dust, as well as tricking the pip system in the game, making it almost impossible to hit you. So, I mean, would the aUECs here actually work out if you are untouchable? Sure, especially since you're not on radar after 2,500 meters away. I mean, you are literally a ghost. But are you going to want to fight people with only these 2 cannons? Probably not, because you're not going to be doing much damage output. You could probably take out an arrow pretty decently, pretty quickly, but you're not going to be engaging any targets like F8 or Ares or anything like that with the stock weapon loadout. So let's talk upgrades really quick before I get into the interior of the ship and I talk about everything else. If you're going to upgrade it, I just suggest a repeaters package. Do not go the distortion route, because here coming up soon, distortions are getting completely nerfed. Thankfully, I am sorry, but I think distortions are pretty much game ruining. I use them right now, and it's just terrible how quick you can shut someone down and take them out of the fight. And like, what's the point of that? That's just so not fun, in my opinion. So I'm happy to see that they're getting nerfed, but yeah, don't throw distortions on here, or do until they update the game with the new distortions nerf. But a good repeaters package is always great, and then maybe a massive Gatling gun on the top, because it has a good amount of ammo on it and great DPS. So that's what I would do for weapons on here. Repeaters mixed with a big ballistic weapon on the top. Some people do like the FL cannons as well, like a full FL cannon build. You just got to be careful. Keep an eye on your ammo speeds, because sometimes you know people do better with 700 meters a second. Others do better with 1400 meters a second. It's easier as your pip isn't as far away on the target. Obviously, you want to upgrade your shields to the FR66s as quick as possible. So there's 2 shields that you'd upgrade, giving you a little bit more shield count, and they do, you know, return to shield strength really quickly when you're not being hit. Now, you do have limited fuel on this ship, 583 quantum fuel, so you're not going to be going the distance that much. Honestly, this ship it's a hard one. It's difficult. Stock, it's a nightmare. It's great because of the stealth, but it's just kind of like, again, I don't see that as a, you know, oh, it's stealthy as hell and you can't be seen in 2,500. Yay, that's a winner. Here's $130 or whatever. You know what I mean? That you have to have more than that. You do. So if you're willing to put the upgrades on it right away, then sure. And in master modes currently on the EPTU, this ship is completely different. It doesn't maneuver as fast. It actually is the way it's supposed to be. Well, it's the Super Hornet, but it's the same general idea of how they're going to maneuver. Now, unlike the Super Hornet, this ship only has 1 seat. So when you go here, all you're going to see is enter pilot seat, open ladder, open pilot canopy, and open storage. You'll see open storage because this does not have any physicalization right now for components or storage or any other that other access. And I honestly don't know where they're going to be fitting a lot of it. You know, you got some panels here and there, but outside of that, like, this will be interesting. You could probably open up something here and probably on the top of the ship as well. But again, I don't know. These ships might change dramatically once they have to go through their paths. And if that's the case, that is what happens. Because I feel like a lot of these ships are either going to get bigger, longer, or they're just going to have to change the overall shape and size of these things to fit all the components and everything else that makes these things work in a fully physicalized world. Let's go ahead and get into the cockpit really quick and check that out. You'll probably put some of the components here in the nose as well, so maybe not. Maybe they have enough space. It's just hard to tell. You know, with how small the components are in this ship, they probably do have the space. That's a graphical bug there. It's in any Hornet series right now. It's really annoying. Until the canopy closes, that's just how it looks. And then, you know, boom, back to normal. So that's nice. Now, you do have a full master alert system at the top here, so that's good. If you're being locked on or have any issues, it'll be repeated up there. And then you do have an ejector seat, which is always great. And then a pretty good-looking interior. Is kind of Star Wars-y, in my opinion. Just the way some of these look. I mean, obviously, that's just how it would typically look in a fighter, right? But it still looks neat. The colors are your typical Anvil colors scheme, so that like lightish blue, green hue to it. And that's the interior. The viewpoint is all right. There's a lot of struts holding these windows together. And then you do have 48 decoys and 5 noise. And right now I do, let me see if I have my weapons at normal. So I do. So weapons at normal, you have 37 in the capacitor, and then weapons at 100%, you have 45 in the capacitor. Now let's go ahead and turn on these engines. Lift off really quick. And as you can see, I'm going to put my gear up. I mean, I'm going to put it up to full. Like, I just put the, right here, the throttle limiter up full. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the gas pedal with the boosters. This thing gets freaking moving, like insanely fast. And the maneuverability is insane. But like I said, that's all bound to change with master modes. You're not going to have the extreme maneuverability, and the extreme speed might be toned down a bit, which is alright. Now, I'm going to fire these Omskis real quick and just see how quick they take to... Oh yeah, that's really quick. So, I mean, the Omski 9s aren't bad. They're not bad weapons. They're good laser cannons. You don't ever have to worry about running out of ammo. But in today's world, where every fighter has 3 to 6 repeaters on them, you're going to be lacking in the damage department while they're putting constant fire on you. So, absolutely try to maneuver around those weapons if you can. But otherwise, take advantage of your stealth. Your stealth is the biggest, aspect of the ship, the biggest win point of the ship, obviously. And I want to review this ship a little bit differently than I do normally. I'm going to review it based on stock, and I'm also going to review it based on with it upgraded. So if I were to really give it a stock compared to upgrade type of review here, stock, this ship is a 6 out of 10. Just, I'm sorry, but stealth isn't enough. It just isn't enough. Especially with the terrible quantum fuel tank, 2 size 1 shields. Like, I took out 2 Super Hornets in my Ares in my Bounty Hunter series where I faced real people. I took out 2 Super Hornets in a matter of moments because my Ares cannon ripped right through the shield in 1 hit and then ripped it right through the shield, the ship in 3 hits. That's not good. So, I always got to go a little harder on your shield capacity when you only have 1500 HP per shield generator stock. So, 6 out of 10 if it was stock ship. Now, upgraded, this ship is a, 9 out of 10. And I'm a point away from 10 out of 10 just because the fact that you do have to upgrade it to get to that point, right? It's a fantastic ship upgraded, though. So, 9 out of 10, amazing. Love it. But you don't buy this ship stock going, yes, I got a winner. You know what I mean? You buy this ship stock going, I really need to spend money on upgrading it. Let me know what you think of the Ghost down in the comments below. Are you interested to see what it's going to look like with the new master modes coming in 3.23? This ship is going to change dramatically. It's still going to have its stealth, but its maneuverability will be taken away from it. Absolutely taken away from it. So, what do you think of this ship? What do you think of the future of the ship series and the lineup? Leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.